it's Eloise here on the Day Show, and actually really excited to be joined through Zoom with Joseph O'Brien. Good morning.
Good morning. It's nice to be on the show.
Hey, Joseph, we've actually just recently added your new single, Give Up on Love. A lot of the Life FM listeners are loving that song at the moment. But before we get into that song, first of all, we probably need to talk about this. And I don't know if you're kind of over talking about this, but you were a
Okay.
contestant on America's Got Talent in 2019.
Yes. Yeah. So actually, I think was it 2019 or was it 2018? It might have been 2018. Never mind. That's besides the point. I was a contestant on the show a couple years ago. Very intriguing experience for sure.
And I wanted to know what was it like, and especially like this is probably one of the last reality TV shows before COVID took over and like changed the
Mm.
world, right? So what was it like to be on America's Got Talent? How did you find that?
Yeah. Honestly, like I said, intriguing experience because it's just so big and there's so many people who audition. I remember I auditioned. I think it was in January, and I showed up in Nashville, and there was about I don't want to overshoot it, but I think there was about 50,000 to 100,000 people that come throughout that entire day who are trying to audition and get on. Over half are musicians, and I remember kind of not auditioning as a joke, but I thought, oh, I've always seen this as a kid. This might be kind of fun to like see how it goes. So I just auditioned on a whim, and then they actually started talking to me, and they're like, you know what? Like, we think you might be a good fit for the show. And then I started like inwardly panicking because I'm like, oh my gosh, this might happen. Then they flew me out to Los Angeles to where I auditioned in front of the celebrity judges like Simon Cowell and Heidi Klum. And it was surreal because like I said, I grew up watching the show. So I get to like walk out onto the stage, onto the X, and I get to like see all these people in the crowd. And I was so nervous. I've never been more nervous in my life, like, shaking. And I was just getting over a cold. So my throat was dry and there was like a red streak above my lips because like I had been blowing my nose so much. It was not a pretty week. And so it was so grand. And I never expected for me to even get there. And then they just kept voting me through. So then I got all the way to the live shows and I was just like, how is this happening? So definitely like a dream come true, but just because of all the things that go on behind the scenes, like, like just the amount of interviews and how all of the shooting, because like for every single minute they have to spend an hour on shooting. So like we did so many things. But yeah, I very much am glad that I did it because I got so much good experience and good exposure so that I was able to kind of do some concerts here and there and get connected to Liberty, which is where I go now.
Oh, what is
Sorry, that's a long
Liberty?
deal.
What's Liberty?
So Liberty is the college that I go to in Lynchburg, Virginia, and I've been there for the past 2.5 years. It's pretty big too. It's about like I think 16,000 students on campus, and we have like over 100,000 online students. So it's
Oh,
it's pretty
wow.
large.
Oh, cool. So what do you do there?
So right now I'm a recording engineering and producing major, and I will be graduating actually this semester. This will be my last semester. Then I can finally escape college, even though I love it. But I'm ready to be a man and just be on my own.
Oh, wow, that's so amazing. So, does that mean you'll be able to like produce your own songs eventually?
Yeah. So right now I've been producing like Give Up on Love was actually a co-production between me and the guy who produced, well, was kind of the main producer in a sense. Adam Turley is his name. And so a lot of the things that I do now, I'll usually create the demo and then we'll work with it with the label. And then we'll send it to like a producer to basically like elevate it and make it professional. So I usually kind of start it off, but then it ends up becoming something hopefully much better because there are just people who are better at that stuff than I am.
Oh, that's awesome though. I think it's really good to be like quite versatile, and to be able to do that and I guess show you've kind of got a bit more than just, your singing, even though your singing is like incredible.
Oh, thank
um,
you.
s-
Thank you. Appreciate it.
so with your song Give Up on Love, which is a song that everyone is loving at the moment, can you explain what the song is about?
Yeah. So Give Up on Love was birthed out of actually kind of a sad experience of a breakup, which I had never heard. Like, you hear breakup songs from the secular industry, or like most of them are kind of just really sad, and or maybe like they're they're dissing the other side. Like, how dare you do this to me? Like, I can't believe you did that. And then I noticed like relationship songs on the Christian side tended to always be like songs that I love, but like God gave me you for the ups and downs, like that kind of deal. And so I was like, well, like, what about the people that, enter into these godly relationships with another godly person, and it just doesn't work out because of maybe difference of values. But I don't want to like spurn the other side. Like she was great and she was a godly girl. So like I put that in the song, like, hey, you're patient, you're kind, you're all these things that I have been looking for, like hopefully in a spouse, but like just I knew that it wasn't right because we were just two different people and just we couldn't line up in the areas that we needed to. And so in our generation, it's so easy for us to, like, after we go through a breakup, a lot of people will say like, oh, just like take this time to enjoy your singleness and like with the Lord. And I think that's great. I think we definitely should enjoy our singleness and like learn to be content in singleness because like, that's something that God calls us to. But I think there's also beauty in wanting to pursue like a godly relationship and hopefully be like for me, like godly husband, a godly father someday. Like I want to have kids and like I want to have a family, like just, a good Christian family. So the whole song was like, I don't want to give up on love because like, I think what I want in that is not a bad desire. Like it's a good godly desire. And there's like a place where that meets where I can be content in my relationship with the Lord, but also have this innate godly desire to like be with someone and to have like a relationship, but also companionship, because that's so important. And that was pretty much it. And then in the bridge, obviously I talk about like, if you try to do it in and of your own control without like God coming beside you and really revealing to you, like, and revealing in his timing who that person is, like, it's just going to fall flat because in doing anything in and of our own strength is just going to always kind of, not hit where it needs to. So it's basically relinquishing that control to the Lord, saying, hey, like, I don't want control of this situation. You have someone better. You have someone for me in the future. And I'm going to trust you in that process. So that was literally, it's kind of a Christian breakup song, I guess you could say, but I ultimately, I hope it's like a Christian relationship song where it's like calling to anyone who may be feeling a little bit alone and feeling like they're wanting that person. But like just knowing, hey, God has you and he hears your desire and hopefully he'll be able to like provide, Lord willing, that person in his perfect timing.
Wow, that is amazing. Also, I feel like, with songs like that, they have to be catchy, and yours is definitely catchy.
Oh, thank you. Well, I always try. I love pop music. So if I can get it stuck in your head, like if someone says, "Oh man, I hate that song because it's stuck in my head all the time," I'm like, "Praise the Lord." That's good. Like
That's the
keep letting it
plan.
get stuck in your head because that's what the point is. But
Now, you filmed the music video as well for that. Pretty cool that you got like, is it like a space suit or something that you got to wear for the music video?
yeah, it looks like honestly, I watched this old music video of Owl City called Alligator Sky, and I was like, wow, that like literally looks so similar. So and I'm a big Owl City fan, so I don't mind it. But yeah, it's like it's a space slash technically it's an altitude suit, but I'd like to say space suit. We'll go with that. Space suit sounds cool.
What was your favorite part about filming the music video?
Probably my favorite part was actually the part where I'm dressed in all white in the studio. Mainly because it was air conditioned and the other parts weren't. this big gigantic suit with this helmet on, and the director was like, "Hey, I need you to run from here to here like 3 times," and I'm like, "Elliot, please," I'm trying. So I ended up just running so much in that spacesuit. So it was nice when I was in the white suit. I could be just chill, and I was like waving my arms and snapping, and we had snacks. It was great. It was really nice. So that's probably my favorite part, was just in that really cool studio with the floating square panels and like all the little lighting things he did. That was a really enjoyable day. The other day was enjoyable too. It was just much harder work.
Yeah. So you're part of Goatee Records. What does it mean to be a part of that?
Oh, it's incredible. I kid you not, like the people that I've been able to meet, like within Goatee, like the team, they already feel like a second family. Like, and I know that's such a corny thing to say, but I'm legitly meaning that. Like, they're just so kind. They were so excited about the song. They're so excited whenever I come into the office and just to like hang out. So I feel like my relationship with them has already been so positive. And being on a label where like Toby Mac is involved is so cool too. Cause like I grew up listening to Toby Mac and he was like one of my biggest inspirations growing up. And as well as like Reliant K, I grew up listening to Reliant K and they were on Goatee Records. They're still actually technically on Goatee Records. And so just being able to be part of that like legacy of people that have been involved in Goatee Records makes a fanboy's dream come true. Just like you're growing up in the CCM world and like always thinking, oh, maybe one day like I could get signed to Goatee Records. Like that could maybe happen like in my dreams sometime. And then to be actually on it is so it's just humbling. And like it's funny how like just the Lord has like blessed the experience so well right now. And like how yeah, it's just been that's all I can really say. It's just been incredible so far. So I love them. They're super great.
Oh, that's so awesome to hear. Have you got any new music coming out anytime soon?
You know, we're working on something right now. So
Okay.
we do have a new song in the works, and we'll see when we can get it out. But yeah, always constantly working on new music. I have like a folder that I just upload songs to all the time, and we're always looking for that like kind of next song, which is so exciting. I love that about labels. It's like they actually take the time to listen to your songs, and you're like, wow, that's so nice. So nice of them to do that. You know, because some people just, you'll send it to them and they may never get to it. But with the label, like that's what, what they do. And
Mm.
what I love to do is to write and just to show people. So even if it's just them and it never gets out to like the world.
Awesome. Hey, Joseph, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us today. We're definitely excited to have your song Give Up on Love on Life FM in New Zealand. And we can't wait to, hear from more music, of course, as well.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I enjoy being on the show and thank you just for taking the time and for playing the song. I seriously so appreciate it.